10 teenagers with pained hearts and tormented minds. They'd been on a fast track to a life of crime. The Victoria Police Newstart program brought them here. This was their chance to change their lives. As guests of PNG Trekking Adventures and the PNG Tourism Promotion Authority, we joined them, trekking through the infamous arches and into Australian history, a history entrenched in our nation's character, with the hope those values would become theirs. These are kids from Geelong who needed help. 17-year-old Cassie spent years lashing out with violence. She was also abusing drugs and alcohol.
It felt like an escape sort of thing. Like I didn't like who I was or anything. It just numbed it for a while.
The first encounter with the PNG jungle provided a cruel baptism to this place.
My leg's stuffing up.
And the legend of the Fuzzy Wuzzy Angel was already stirring.
Just being picked on all the time. Now I'm being down, so yeah, I think this is my chance to prove myself.
Good for you. And at the final hill of day one, a taste of something these teenagers had so longed for. Achievement.
Just it means a lot to have not given up on the first little run.
Finally got here, and that's all that matters.
And the first glimpse of a life where nothing is taken for granted. In the tiny village of Isirava, they live like nothing has ever changed here, yet this was where everything did. The site was the bloodiest battle of the Kokoda campaign. It was pivotal to the war.
It was a brotherhood. We were there to look after each other.
Papua. The gun's now silent, but the legend lives. And it moves these teens, their lives of rebellion, some of drug and alcohol abuse, confronted. Here in the jungle, stories of Australian deaths would stare them down, our bloody history still strewn through the bush. The historical, the physical, the mental battle, all compounded over a 21-kilometre trek that day. It's on the steep climbs like this that the message that police are trying to get through to these kids really gets put to the test. And that is, like any challenge in life, it really is about just putting one foot in front of the other. If not, a hand from others. As some struggled, leaders were finding themselves. At the end of the day, exhaustion, but reward as dusk fell. And that's what the next few days would reveal. Basic joy for every small achievement. A simple song at the top of a hill climb. We welcome you, to the bloody trek of Kokoda. Bringing some to tears. And with every struggle...
All right, everyone cheer Kirsty up!
Come on, Kirsty. Let's go.
You're on!
Every blister...
I'm going to put this one over the top so that we've got a bit of padding.
A reminder of the loss.
There was 9 Americans on board. They all perished.
And the spirit here, one of the last living Fuzzy Wuzzy Angels. Thank you. For this news reporter, a very special moment as Iwari Ndiki held a picture of my grandfather who fought here. And as this relentless track stretched on, the change in these teens was clear. Jackson had also been abusing drugs and alcohol.
Going out every weekend, getting drunk, getting stoned, doing drugs and stuff.
Now, he's totally renewed.
But now I realise I can get a high off life.
Cassie, who'd suffered the mental struggle.
I was feeling pretty depressed then, yeah. You alright? You okay?
And Ben was nearly expelled and envisioned a life for himself in the juvenile justice system.
Definitely in a lot of trouble with the police and that. Could have ended up in Malmesbury.
Now, they're changed young adults. These teens and their relationship with the police they once so loathed was never closer. Poignant when they reached Brigade Hill, where so many young men their own age died. It's moments like this when perspective takes over from the pain. There was bitter fighting here on Brigade Hill. 101 Australians died. So it's now those qualities of mateship, courage, sacrifice begin to hit home. But for all their progress here, the reward and the fun, Kokoda would have the final say. Torrential rain swallowed the last 2 days. The final morning was treacherous. Raging from the rain, the Goldie River was swelling to neck height. The water level rising by the minute. There was only one way across. The river took 4 hours to cross, but on the other side, the taste of triumph. The final 45-minute climb to the top. Bodies were weary, but as they passed through those arches, 8 days, 105 kilometres, and the enormous mental challenge was overcome.
How are you feeling?
Exhausted, I feel so proud.
How do you feel?
Oh, so proud.
A bit emotional, isn't it?
I've come such a long way, and I'm very proud of myself. Very proud.
Never had these teens walked so tall or so proud.
Hey, Jacko. Thank you. That's you. Top your